Welcome back to Rhode to Kerbin. So last time we had the big problems with all of our veritable communications, and this is not going to be an episode about communications. I'm actually just finishing off this this communication system. So if you want to see what I've actually come up with, well, I've bodged together. And if you'd like to do something other than build communication systems, please join me. Right, so here we are looking at the Rhode system, and we can see Ash out there, and it's got connections now. So what we've got is, let's have a look what we've got. This probe is actually going to come down soon and crash. It should be deorbited, and it deorbited. Anyway, right, so we have got, let me find it. This is our the one perfect probe that we had, the perfect communications relay satellite. This is ROCOM 2A. That was from that first launch. And we then also had this here, which is ROCOM 2 labeled. I'm going to get rid of it because I think we don't need it, but it is basically the upper stage plus the sort of sum of the communication system. You can see its signal strength is not as good as some of the others. It's not able to reach out to Ash. Beside it in orbit we have ROCOM 2X, then we've got ROCOM 2Z, and over here we've got ROCOM 2Y. They're oddly spaced out because Z was actually going to be aligned with A perfectly, or with one of these two perfectly. So I actually staggered it a little bit, but it's not perfect, but it will do. We now have pretty much clear coverage over all of the inner system, and we've got good signal out to Ash. I'm going to clear up some of this debris, get rid of some of these craft that are just floating around, these random probes and things like that. We'll get rid of that. And then we'll get on with the episode, I think. So let's get going. Right, we are going to land on Ash properly. Ash Lander 1. We're gonna see how many of these we can send, and we want to just sort of spot the ground with landers, don't we? So let's have a look. First of all, temperature and hello, can I do that? That's interesting. Is it because of the colors? No, it is a glitch. So if we put that over there, that stops. Interesting. Does it do that with all of them? If I put this one here, does it? Oh, it's just when there's nothing attached. Okay. All right. What science do we want to get from there? We want science. So we would like to get thermometer, possibly. We've already got one inside, but that's fine. Seismic. Yeah, we'll get one of those. Do we think it's got atmosphere? Well, we definitely need pressure sensors. Let's have a look. Does that work? That does not work anywhere. That is to be recovered. That's an altimeter. We got pressure thing there. Mystery goo. That would be required to be recovered. That does not work anywhere. That is in space high. That's something else. Right, so that's pretty much what we've got, isn't it? Right. That needs recovered. So this is the thing that we need. Let's have a look. So that weighs 0.005, that weighs 0.005, and that weighs 0.005. Oh, good. So it's nice 5-way symmetry thing going on there. Right. Or I could get rid of the temperature and just have these two on, because temperature is built into there already. So let's have a look. Can we actually, let's have a look at this. So configure unmanned experiment. Too hot, and that, what else have I got? Telemetry, site is space, Geiger. Ooh, the Geiger. We'll have the Geiger. Right. So that's in there, and then the too hot. So we'll have the Geiger and that, which then means I need the thermometer. Okay. Why have I missed the Geiger on? Where is this on? Where is the Geiger on here? Is it just not come up? Is there another glitch? It could potentially be another glitch. Right. So we need to get this down to the surface. First of all, let's attach these bits in some sort of fashion. There we go. So this thing needs to get down to the surface. And we're going to need some sort of electricity would be good. So let's see. Solar panels. We can put a solar panel on the top there. What does this do for us? What does this do for us? This gives us, it gives us some. What about communication? I could use one of those relays for direct relay control. Communitron should be possible. Have I got a better Communitron? 16, 8. Let's put a couple of these on. Let's say 3. Let's make 3 of those. They're going to go like so. And then for this, we're going to put these on. Put it on this side here. Makes it easier. And we're going to put them on a tilt. We're going to tilt them. Make them stylish. There we go, like so. And we'll fiddle around with that in a minute. Anyway, what's that give us? That gives us power, right? Okay. So next bit is landing. I think we had, was it 1,700 last time? I won about 2,000. I won about 2,000 for a sensible landing. So let's grab the smallest engines we've got at the aphid, and that's not unfavorable in that condition. The Chickadee landing engines, they look interesting. Uses a launch boat now. The ant engine has got more grunt to it, but it weighs twice as much. However, it's twice as powerful, and I think power right now may be required, so we'll have that, which then means I need fuel for that. So let's have a look. What fuel do I have? What tankage do we have? What could we use? We could use the Oscar C, which would give us more than enough. We could use a little one of these or two. That would give us not as much as I would like, although that is cool. That does look quite cool. I quite like the look of that. And we could use those as like landing legs then, couldn't we? Oh, that would be quite cool. Like some of those maybe on top of each other a bit. Alternatively, we could have some of these things. What's this do? What do these do? These are, oh, that gives me a lot. So what happens if I take that off and put one of those on there? What does this give me? It gives me 1,000. So then, oh, I could put these on like that maybe. Would that's more than enough, but it looks a bit silly now, doesn't it? What else have we got? We've got Oscars. We've got Oscars and those. I like that. I do like that. I could do 2 of those. Would 2 of those give me the fuel? I think it might be not. No, I'll be short. I'm not sure I need all that. Oh, now that's a thought. We don't need control once we've detached, so I could land with that. We could actually, we could do this. We could just, yeah, we just put that into there, and then, can I get a different type of ant? Is there, what is the different? Metallic shroud, white shroud. Oh, it's just the shroud. Oh, I don't want a shroud on it. Get rid of the shroud. Right. What if we used a solid or something like that, like a punch, something to just give us a bit of a, like a mite. I think a mite would be too much, wouldn't it? Oh, maybe not. That might be perfect, in fact. How much does a mite weigh? It's not light. How much is this? It's going to take us to 1/2 ton, which isn't impossible, actually. That'd be quite interesting. And we could put a few of these on a single launch. Yeah, I like that. I like that. What else have we got? So that's what about this one? What does that one do? Interesting. Right, so I want a coupling. I want a small, little, tiny decoupler. Put that there. Put that there. Right. So now I want that to go up to there. I want another thing here, and I want this mite down the bottom here. There we go. Right. So that would give us a big chunk of stuff, and it's going to come straight down at that point and land. Perfect. Landing legs is what I need next. I need some sort of landing legs, and nano struts, micro landing legs. They're very big, aren't they? Oh, we could do it. No, those are huge. New Shepard, huge. Those are. What about the nanos? I have a horrible feeling the nanos will break, but we can do that, right? What's that like? Just pull that in like so, Actually, if I do it for this one, there we go, and then I can just pop those in like that, just recess them nicely into the bodywork because this looks better. Right. Disable suspension, enable suspension. Right, start retracted. Yes, that is it. That's what we're sending. That's what we're sending. We're gonna fix it a bit. We're gonna make these solar panels a bit better, maybe. A bit this way. Actually, take it up and along and down. There we go. That's it. Right. So that should give us solar power when we land as much as we want. Right, we're going to turn that on. We're going to turn that on, turn that on. I'm just looking at this and seeing what's our electric looking like. Okay, there we go. I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take that, we're going to strap it onto some sort of launch vehicle, probably use the one we've been using for all of our constellation things, and we may send a few of them actually. Might be an idea. Also, what's this look like? Oh, that's much nicer. And is this got a different color? No, it doesn't. Do these have different colors? No, they don't. Right. So we're gonna probably let's see, extend that. Does that change anything? No, they all go together. Good. Oh, actually, you know what? Because it would just look better if they were on a bit of a tilt, wouldn't it? No, not like that. Let's try that again. Where's my antennas? Right, I'm going to tidy this up, sort my antennas out a bit, and then I will show you what I've come up with. So, be right back. Right, I have taken our ash landers and I've landed them. I've placed them on top of our rocket that we used for sending communication system to Ash, even though we haven't actually finished the communication system yet. So you can see we've got it there. So that first stage is going to give us most of the way to orbit. Then the second stage is going to give us finish of orbit, transfer. Third stage, lots of extra fuel on it. I could probably actually land it, and we may actually try and do that, but we will see. That third stage is all about getting us to the right location. Then each of these actually has its own solid there, which will actually start its descent, and then it will use its main engines to finish its descent, and hopefully it will be okay and able to do that. So I'm hoping that's going to work. I haven't actually checked, so let's let's see how it goes. Right, time to launch this thing. Let's just get going. What I will say I've noticed is that this has all gone screwy, although our Delta V seems a bit off as well, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on with this craft. It seems a bit as though it's not entirely sure what's going on, but then everything with the Ash mission seems to be like that. It's like Ash is cursing me at the moment. I feel as though we just need to get the Ash stuff out of the way. I'm terrified about sending a Kerbal to Ash, because that actually could be horrendous for them. So we'll have to see. So we're just going on up there, climbing. It'll be interesting to see actually, because this is quite a heavy payload up here. We've got our little antennas on the side, with heavy payload up there, which means this craft is probably struggling to get up there. I don't actually know how much I believe regarding Delta V in this situation at the moment, because all of these things are coming up different. They were different in the VAB, they're different now. It's a very odd situation. So we'll just have to see what happens. Right, we're getting up there, and I think this first stage is actually not gonna get us very far at all. It's definitely not gonna get us to anywhere near orbit. So that's interesting, and I think we'll just let it go to maybe 90. I think I don't know. Anyway, I notice this situation. Hold on, let's just do this. Stop this now. Right, I notice I don't think I have problems with hitting keys when I have the mouse over MechJeb normally. So is it the difference between RP1 MechJeb and this MechJeb that when I've got the cursor over there like that, if I hit keys it does nothing, and it means I can actually end up messing up, whereas in RP1 I don't, or maybe I just don't notice it, I don't know. Anyway, we're going up there. We can probably get rid of this fairing. There we go. We can unveil the craft. We can extend these panels for communication, and what I can also do is I can actually deploy this, can't I? Yeah, there we go. And we can get these things out so that we get some electricity just in case we have a problem with electricity. We can start getting those out, which would be is a very good idea, because you know electricity has been a problem. Although saying that, with our communication stuff last few episodes, not had any problem with electricity, I don't think. I think I might have had one when it was moving into position when I was doing a few of them, but it sorted itself out, so that's interesting. Right, so what I want to do is actually bring this thing over and try and get a bit of a burn out of it. I'm not too worried about the the inclination. In fact, a little inclination might be a good thing, because it might let us put this thing into a polar orbit actually, and I think a polar orbit is the right way to go with this. I think it means we can skim over the planet and choose where we want to land a bit, which would be quite nice. I've gone for the solids, and I'm actually thinking now that might have been a bad idea, because it means I have less control. Once they're lit sort of thing. So there is that. Maybe I should have not done that, but we'll see. Right, let's fire this. There we go. Get the last bit of that out of the way. And then we can move on to this stage here. Where is it? This one here. Which will be that little swivel. There we go. Sorted. Alright, so now we're just going to try and pull this thing into orbit. And see how it goes. It does look like it looks like a nuclear weapon aimed at the planet. I'm going to drop these things down onto the surface at any moment. I think some crazy person. Right, we're just going to let this run down to apoapsis 0. Then we'll actually center it around that time, and then we'll just hold it on that, and then we'll do a little circularization from there. And then I will do some fiddling around with maneuver nodes to get us to Ash. But what I think I will probably do is I will cut here, and I'll see you arriving at Ash. Right, I'm actually going to jump back in a little early, because we're actually just looking at sorting out our maneuver for going to Ash, and I'm just wondering if I want to go straight, try and go straight into a polar orbit. Try to, or not. Highly inclined would be nice, I think. It would be probably a good thing. That would be very nice, actually. That is wonderful. And then what I could actually do is try and do my landings on this bright side here. Then I can actually get this complete signal back. I think it would be the ideal way of doing it. We landed in the lowlands there. That looks like highlands. What do we actually got to look for? We've got to look for midlands and highlands and coasts. And you've got altitude warning for those. So okay, we can try and do that. Yeah, I think that's the best idea. Right, so we'll just timey-wimey warp towards that, and then put myself on prograde. Oh, did you see that? Another jump there. Did you see another jump there? I think, is that persistent rotation? Is that something to do with something else? I don't know. It's very annoying. It's like persistent rotation. I think it's persistent rotation basically saying, yeah, I know that you wanted to be held on that position, so I'm going to jump there, even though you were moving and you weren't at it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's a glitch of persistent rotation or just a foible. Is a foible the right word? I don't know. Right. So there we go. We're going to be locked on there. Yeah, I'm concerned about whether I've put enough or too much fuel in these. I actually pulled them down before we launched, and because I'm aware of the fact that that is quite a lot of thrust power, actually. So yeah, a little bit concerned about that. And I have it is switched off that. Oh, did I not switch it? I meant to put it on here. Right, so I got it onto there, and then it's just worked its way off. There we go. Right, we're on. And I think we're going to fire a little early, probably about now. There we go. Now this is me assuming that this countdown is correct, but actually, yeah, we have enough fuel in this stage. This stage can do can be a crash stage almost. In fact, I could do a crash stage. I could overburn it, send it into the thing as a crash stage, which would be probably better than leaving it floating around in the middle of nowhere. But we will see. I'll probably forget to do that. All right, let's get to the map view. And we're going to zoom out, and we're going to be looking for this. So let's have a look. Where are we right now? There we are. We're coming along, and this is where we start to get a lot of build-up of stuff. So and cut it there. Right, now we're just going to let it drift in a bit. Right, we want to drift it in, just a smidgen, just a smidgens, and there we go. Right, how close do I want to get? Oh, that's very close, isn't it? I don't want to go that close. What's that like? Closer? 30. That looks sensible. That looks sensible to me. Now, let's get ourselves decoupled from this. There we go. Now, has that thrown us at all? No, it's not really. So let's timey-wimey. We're coming in top. We're coming in top. So we're going to come around here. So let's pull us into here. Yeah, it's warp to there, which will be reasonably quick, hopefully. Multiple days, obviously a long journey. What we can do though is actually have a look at this and go, have we got everything out that we need out? Yeah, we've got all of the solar panels out. Have we got electricity? We've got electricity for days, I think. Yeah, we have. There we go. We did a bit of a glitch there. And we've arrived at the planet, moon. We've arrived at the moon, right. So I have good connection pretty much everywhere. So we can just look at going to Periaps and pretty much just burning it. So there we go. Get to Periaps, please. And we're just going to fire our engines, bring ourselves into a nice little bit of the orbit. Right, turn me around, please. We've got a lot of reaction wheels acting here. We've got one on the craft there. We've got the 4 here. They're all working together. So we're quite nimble at the moment now that we've got this. Right, so we're just going to fire that engine. And want to bring ourselves down to a reasonable altitude. I'd like to be reasonably circular in an ideal world. Don't want to drop too far below maybe 20 because that doesn't give me enough time to slow down. But we'll see. Let's have a look. And then the question is, do I land 1? Do I land 2? Do I, you know, go for a landing and potentially fail? Do I do all that on camera, or do I tell you we're going to do it next time and then, you know, hold the suspense for the next mission? I don't know. It's a good idea. Maybe get more views. Tell me what you think. Should I do that? Should I be suspenseful? And we just did that thing again where I had the mouse over there. I was literally talking about before. I had the mouse over there looking at this number, and that happened. Right. So what I'm actually going to do is we're going to go around again, and we're going to pop this off the view mode. I want it in retrograde, which it should be coming to. There we go. And then we're just going to fire those engines again, and we'll do a little bit of burning, repulsing to get ourselves into a reasonably circular orbit. I don't want to be too high. I don't want to be too low. There we go, and that's it. That's lovely. That's lovely. So we're skimming the surface right now. We've got really good signal because we're bouncing it off these. They're connecting, I believe, directly. Yeah, they're directly to the KSC right now. So I think what we're going to look for. Ooh, that's tasty, isn't it? I think we'll come around to here with one of our probes. We'll get to here. We'll let go of one of the probes, let it fire its thing, and just gauge what we're doing, and then we can get an idea. So we've got 3 of them. We need to get 2 different biomes. That's nice. This is nice. Midlands. I'm not sure where Midlands is, but any of that would be good. Right. Let's get on with that, I think. Right, we're just warping to... I'm actually going to do it just after this range of mountains. I don't want to crash down in these range of mountains. So we'll just decouple you, jump to you. We're going to control you in the retrograde. Oh dear, that could be problematic actually. No, we're going to be okay. Right, I needed to, I should have, yeah. Right, activate the engine. There we go. Right, we're now coming in for landing. We need to get our antennae out. Here we go. Antennae are out. Landing gear are out. Good stuff. Right, what are we over? We're over the lowlands. I don't care about the lowlands. I don't need to land in the lowlands. Oh, hello. Right, now you've reset yourself. I want retrograde. So now what we've got to try and do is keep this impact similar to the estimated burn time. So we're going to let that run along a bit. Here we go. And there we go. Right. And what we want to do is, you can let it run past a little bit. There we go, fire those engines. Now, what we should actually see is that these times should get closer because our estimated time to impact should actually slow down. So there it is, actually slowed down, and we're now about even. So we should drop our thrust down, and we want to pull this up again a bit more. We want estimated burn time to be lower than impact time. We want more time to land, basically. There we go. We need to go a bit more. Right, that's better. We're now the right side of it. Right, so now we can just flare this down. We need our burn time to end sooner. There we go. So the rubbish that we've just released, that's our solids dropping away. There we go. Estimated burn time is, and I've never used this before, I don't know if this is how you actually do it. Estimated burn time is now well in advance. Right, we're coming in. We've still got a lot of speed, but I'm not too worried. Alright, pull the speed out of the way a little bit. Okay, we need a bit more because we're actually starting to tie a little bit, aren't we? Right, impact is now getting closer. We need to fight back against that. Estimated burn time is now better. Okay, good, 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 good. Right, burn time is now well in excess of what we need. Right, we need to catch up a little bit. There we go. Pull this down. We've got lots of fuel left. Actually, I didn't think we were going to have this much fuel. Right, we're coming down next to those interesting little structures. Pull this down a bit. Estimated burn time is coming up, so we're going to pop that down. Let me just do that. We want that impact time to drop. There we go. Coming closer, closer. We have 40 meters. We're not actually using any of that. Right, we just want to drop ourselves down now, don't we? Ever so slightly. Hold this at about, I don't know, one meter per second. Would be just nice. A little bit more. There we go. That's it. Go on. Cut engines. Oh, dropped. You can never tell with this because we've got these this sitting above the land situation. Right. Have we actually, where have we landed? We've landed in Ashton's Lowlands. That's not a good sign. Right. Start this. Get these things. Now, why did these stop? That's interesting. No atmosphere. Seismologicals. So these things were actually running and they've stopped themselves. Ah, because there's multiple probes on one craft. That's why. Okay. Right. So what we're looking like for science. Let's check it out. Check it out. Science. Ash landing probe 1. Right. Let's go to the data. No. Auto. Yeah. Right. This will actually tell us. So let's have a look. Pressure scan can't do it. We've got radiation scan, telemetry, seismic scan, and temperature scan. They're just going to keep going. What's my info like? So electric charge is challenged. Looks as though it's going to be okay. I think it's probably the transmission and things like that. We can probably shut some stuff down when it's sort of got to the end of that. It'll probably be okay. So I think we'll leave this one here. And we'll probably leave the rest until the next, that's finished, until the next episode. But first, we need to rename this. So we're going to rename this Ash Probe 1A. It's a lander. It's landed. There we go. Go. So on this site, we have now officially properly landed. And look at those things. They look interesting. Yeah. I think our Kerbals are going to have fun here. So, do we actually have any maps of this thing? Do we have any maps? Let's have a look. Map. Oh, we do. We do have maps. So we did a scan. Okay. So, oh no, that's lure. I don't want lure. Celestial body. Ash. Nothing. Right. We need the biomes. So, what that tells us is we're going to have to send up a scanning team. I think we can sit that other craft in orbit for a while. Because we only get 3 more shots of this and we've got to get 2 different zones. So I think from me, until next time when I think we're going to have to do some scanning of Ash, have a great one.